Hello everyone and welcome to a very special episode of Reverie Terribly, where I am Reverie, and usually I would be playing games terribly, but today I am going to be answering your questions that you have sent to me in celebration of 500 subscribers. Now that may not seem like a massive amount in the scale of like big massive YouTubers who have millions of subs or hundreds of thousands of subs, but you know, for me, for a little channel that has been going for like just over 2 months now, it's fantastic, and I'm super grateful for every single one of you that's subscribed and stuck around and is enjoying my content. It's just great that you'd believe in me like that. It's fantastic. I cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you so much. And so, today, we're going to be answering questions. Now, this is probably going to be quite a long video, as I kind of want to get through them all, actually. So we'll see how that goes, and, if you get, like, bored of watching my face, you can just tab out and maybe listen to it, like a little podcast or something. But yeah, shall we just get right into it? I think we should. So our first question, or first load of questions, are from Batdan, who calls himself my favourite subscriber. Really? Really? Well, you better back up that, if that's gonna be canon, eh? And he asks, number 1, in a world where sugar and salt are deemed immoral, which would you find more difficult to live without? In my younger days, I probably would have said sugar, big sweet tooth, but in later life now, salt, definitely. I do a lot more cooking, and you do need to add salt to quite a lot of things, especially if you're using like Tesco value ingredients like I do, because I'm so poor. So definitely salt, I think. I could probably live without sugar. Mostly I crave like crisps and savoury things all the time, and cheese. Oh yay. So salt. I would not give up salt. Although I don't tend to add salt to stuff, except for when I'm cooking. Like, I don't usually put it on chips or something. That's a far too in-depth answer for this question. 2. What is your favourite kind of star? Trek, Wars, or Bomb? That's a really difficult question. Well, Trek you can get rid of straight away, because, like, I've never been a Trekkie, don't really like Star Trek that much. Sorry to all you Trek fans out there. But Star Wars or Star Bomb? That's a difficult question. Because some of you noticed my Star Wars posters up on my wall. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Of the original 3, of course. And I am looking forward to the new film. But if I gave up Star Wars, then I wouldn't be able to see it. But Star Bomb is just... I listen to that album, like, all the time. I love it. I love Dan. I love Aaron. I love Game Grumps. I love video game music. And, oh god, I listen to it so much. I would say maybe that, maybe I have watched Star Wars enough to sort of carry on. Like, I still remember it all. Still remember, like, the plot, and I could still talk about it. So maybe I could oust Star Wars in favour of Star Bomb. Because, there's going to be a new album at some point. I don't want to miss out on that. And I listen to those songs all the time. So I'd probably pick Star Bomb. Wow, they should put that on their album. Better than Star Wars. On a night out, what would be your drink of choice, and what would you not touch with a 6-foot pole? For example, I can't touch Jägermeister without feeling queasy. I don't mind a bit of Jaeger, actually. My drink of choice would be maybe like a rum and coke or a gin and tonic. I find gin and tonic really refreshing, so it's nice. I used to like vodka a lot, but spirits in general I quite like. What would I not touch? Tequila. I hate tequila. It's gross. Every time I get forced to have a shot, which happens reasonably much. Sorry, all this talk of drink is making... I've got tea, by the way. It's lemon and ginger. I hate tequila. Yuck. So it's one of those drinks that, like, the morning after, you can wake up and you can still taste it, and you're like, oh, I had tequila last night. Bleh. Will we ever meet the elusive man that is Peter? I mean, no pressure or anything, Peter, sorry. Well, that's really up to him, to be honest. I mean, I read these questions before and I asked him, and he was like, if you want me to, but that's not really the point. I want him to decide for himself whether he wants to reveal his face to the internet. I mean, he does sit behind me, like, every time we record together, so I could just, like, sneakily move out the way. Like, that's his desk behind there. I hope you could still hear me when I moved away from the mic there. But, I just spilled tea all over myself. And now I'm all lemon and gingery. Would you care to share the stupidest thing you've done? Now, I thought about this. This is quite a tough one, because I've never really done anything that stupid. I've never, like, broken a bone, had a really bad accident or anything. I've never really, like, done anything super bad when I've been drunk where I've been, like, I can't believe I did that. You know? Fairly sensible most of the time. How boring is that? But I had to think, and I think the stupidest thing would probably be the way I used to dress when I was a teenager. Let me see if I can dig out some pictures for you. Yeah, it was that bad. I was a total weird goth child. But, and me and my mum used to fight all the time, like that classic, you're not going out looking like that argument. So yeah, I mean, I thought I looked pretty cool at the time. So yeah, it's probably the stupidest thing. Are you or did you watch Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, or Walking Dead? I love Game of Thrones. I love Game of Thrones. And the books as well as the TV series. I'm actually wearing my, my Targaryen necklace. You can see. Yeah, that was a birthday present from Peter. House Targaryen forever. So yeah, I love Game of Thrones. Breaking Bad I have not seen, but it's on my to-watch list, definitely. I'll get around to it at some point when I have some time, because I've heard, even my mum's telling me it's great now. And Walking Dead, my friend loves The Walking Dead, but I watched an episode and it just didn't grab me straight away, so I didn't really watch it. My other probably most recent show that I love the most is Mad Men. I love it to bits, and I'm waiting for the second half of the last season, and then I'm gonna cry because it'll be over and there's no more. I love Christina Hendricks. Oh, she's so awesome. Number 7. Do you have any significant role models that helped you get to where you are today? Family members, celebrities, etc. Well, if you mean like here on YouTube, then I would probably have to say that the most influential people were probably, I'd have to say the Yogscast, like Lewis and Simon. This is just for me to get here on YouTube, because they really introduced me. They were the first YouTube videos that I watched, you know, and I watched that channel grow. Like, the Yogscast is huge now, but at one time it was just Lewis and Simon playing Minecraft on their own, and well, before that it was WoW, but I joined during the Shadow of Israfel days, and it was just awesome. It was like a whole new form of entertainment, and I barely watch TV now, really. I mean, I just watch a load of YouTubers. It's so great, and especially, and also, it's a very, I love the community, like, especially at Christmas time, because Yogs do, like, live streams all through December, and I try and watch every single one of them, and it's just that spirit of raising charity and being awesome. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. I'm not even sure if that was the question, though. Role models, because like when I look at myself, I don't think, oh, I've got really successful. I think, you know, useless, you know. Like, I went to uni and I still don't have like a great job or anything, you know, like I walk dogs and stuff, so don't know. I don't think, I'd say Peter was very influential in crafting who I am today, because, you know, it's thanks to him that I have you know, I don't have to do like a 9-to-5 job in an office or whatever. You know, he lets me walk dogs and not make very much money, so I can faff around and try and be creative and all that sort of stuff. So I'd say Peter. And I've had role models throughout the years. Like, I love wildlife photographers, cameramen, like wildlife naturalists, people. They're usually the people I look up to most. I've mentioned this in a previous video. People like Steve Backshall and Gordon Buchanan and George McGavin and Charlie Hamilton James, Mark Carwardine. They're all like wildlife people, and I love watching all that stuff, and they're kind of role models for me, because I think if I ever got really famous and started to make a lot of money, that I would like to do a lot for the environment and wildlife and stuff. So yeah, that was a very long-winded answer. If you're still here, well done. Now on to everyone else's questions. God, Batman hogging the questions there. As I said, this is probably going to be quite a long episode. Okay. Toffee Boffin, I'm not going to answer that question. I haven't seen the videos that you mentioned, so I don't feel I'm qualified to make a choice between them. But Matt Talbot asks, what is your favourite game, the worst game you've ever played, and the first game you've ever played? My favourite game ever is Spyro the Dragon 2. Which was called Gateway to Glimmer over here and Ripto's Rage in everywhere else, I think, in America and whatever. Because they're just games from my childhood that I really, really enjoyed. And the second one was the first one that I played, actually. And I thought it was better than the first one. The first one was lacking some mechanics and some of the more interesting things that 2 had. and it's just very nostalgic for me, and I've played it so many times. I mean, I remember where all the secrets are and everything. I could play it, but I could play it again. I could play it right now. I'd just play it forever and ever and ever because I love it. I love the third one as well. So Spyro the Dragon 2 is my favorite game ever. The worst game you've ever played. Worst game, I have like no interest at all in those sort of FPS war-y type shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff. Sorry, it was time for tea. And yeah, I could do without those. And I have like played a little bit of it, so I feel I can judge, but it just holds no interest for me. But that's not to say that you guys, you know, if you're into that, that's fine. Obviously, everyone has different tastes, but it's just not for me. And the first game that I ever played was the first game I remember playing was the first Crash Bandicoot, I think. It must have been, because I never really had any of those early sort of Nintendo consoles or Sega. The first console that I had was a PlayStation 1, so it would be early PlayStation games. I had like, you remember like Original Worms? I had that on the PlayStation. I played that a lot. And Crash, obviously, and Micro Machines. Yeah, I think those are like the first games I remember, because that was before I got like a Game Boy Color and everything, because PlayStation was definitely first. But yeah, those are, yeah, that's it. What's your favourite game character? Asks Xander Tamis. But hello, Xander, and thanks for your question. My favourite game character would probably be Lara Croft. Yeah, I mean, strangely enough, for a big Tomb Raider fan, I haven't actually played the reboot Tomb Raider. How terrible is that? It's on my Steam list as well. I have bought it. I just haven't had the time to sink into it and really grab, you know, I don't know what I was gonna say there. Really get into it, sort of thing. So I've avoided it, but I loved 1, 2, and 3 are my favourite Tomb Raiders. They're amazing, and Lara Croft just was so, like, such an weirdly inspirational for, like, a young girl. I mean, I just wanted to be her, you know? Just awesome life. It looked like adventuring, going into tombs, not shooting things. I don't know if I'd have the heart to shoot, like, animals and stuff, although they were attacking her, so there we go. But yeah, I wanted to be Tomb Raider. I wanted to be Lara so much. And she had that big mansion house. Not the creepy butler though. I could stand to get rid of him. But yeah, I mean, I remember like when I was in primary 3, I spent so long, like ages, working on this mural where I drew like Lara, and then I drew like every single enemy from the game and the first game. And yeah, I think I worried my teacher because she's like, "What is this you're drawing? What are those guns?" But yeah, I loved it. And me and my friend actually a couple of years ago, I got to actually act that out because I did a Tomb Raider sort of cosplay shoot with my friend who's a photographer. And I got to be Lara and run around and jump in ruins and like hold out fake guns and pretend I was shooting things and stuff. Maybe I'll give you a little sneaky peek. Yeah, but that was fun. Very fun. So yeah, Lara all the way. Marcio Games asks, what games do you plan to do in the future? And also, will there be any next-gen games coming to the channel? Or are you sticking to PC? I don't have any next-gen consoles. I don't have an Xbox One, I don't have a PS4. And for the foreseeable future, I probably won't have the money to buy one. And then I'd need to buy like a capture card and everything. So probably not any next-gen stuff anytime soon, which I'm quite glad of at the minute, because if I had a PS4, you'd all be asking me to play that PT game, and my god, it looks scary, and no way. So, yeah, but what games do I plan to do in the future? I definitely want to do a Pokemon series, and I know that, like, a couple of you have asked for it, so I know you'd enjoy it, but for the other majority, like, I'm not sure how well it will do, but I do want to play it anyway. Like, it's a mod of, like, Fire Red called Moemon, so it's, like, quite interesting. You might not have seen it before. But yeah, I definitely wanted Pokemon. Me and Peter are definitely going to play some Portal 2 co-op whenever we're finished with Battle Block. I know I'm overdue for an episode. They're coming. I swear I'm going to get right onto my schedule. But other than that, I kind of don't really know. Like, I have a few games on my Steam list that I bought during the summer sale, and I haven't picked them up yet. But I'm totally up for, you know, suggestions, as long as you realise that they might not get played, or they might take ages to get played. And it also depends how much they are. But any games like Steam, Desura, or like free games, or just anything, just suggest them to me. It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Kids O Productions. Do you plan to do any co-ops with other YouTubers? Do you ever plan to have a Play with Fans event? Hang on. Okay. I get asked to do co-ops a lot. Like every few days I usually get like a message in my inbox asking me if I want to co-op or if I want to collab. And it's actually something that I'm a bit nervous about doing. Like, this is quite personal, but I'm quite an anxious person about actually like interacting with people and strangers in particular. So I have been in talks with people about doing it, but it hasn't actually got to the like talking on Skype stage and stuff because I'm just really nervous and anxious about it, and I'm even getting like a bit, oh god, you just like eventually, but not right now. I need to be brave about stuff like that. Also, it's quite a complicated thing. I mean, you've got to first find someone who suits your sort of style of play and, you know, that you can banter with and it'll be entertaining. And then you've got to decide, like, who's going to do what and how you're going to do it and what you're going to play and stuff. So, probably in future, but it might take a while for me to get around to it or be brave enough to do it. So, same with Play with Fans, really. It's something that I'm totally open to doing, but it depends just how anxious I am about it. But of course I'd love to play with you guys something in future. Don't know what we'd play, but of course I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Okay, this question is from TPTYF-E. Catchy name. Whereabouts in Scotland are you from? I was born in Perth, which is this tiny little village in the Perth and Kinross area, Tayside by the River Tay. And now I live in Dundee, which is not that far away. It's like 20 odd miles away from there. And it's a city that is much maligned and, you know, made fun of and stuff. But Dundee's actually quite a cool place. And quite forward. I mean, there's so many games companies here. I mean, Peter's worked for like 3 of them. He's in the games industry and a lot of our friends are. It's very good for that sort of thing. And also, like, the university is really good for a lot of stuff as well. So yeah, Dundee. It's not as bad as you'd think. How old am I? I'm 23. I'm old. Are you surprised by the fairly quick start your channel has had in terms of subs? See, this is the thing, like, sometimes I think that I have done really well, and then other times I'm like, man, I wish it could go a little bit quicker. But yeah, I guess overall I am quite surprised, because I certainly wasn't expecting anything when I first started. I thought it would take ages. Thought maybe like 100 by Christmas and I'd be doing quite well. So 500 in a couple of months I do think is pretty good. But I kind of won't feel like I'm making it until I'm probably like over 1,000. Does that sound bad? But, you know, I think when you're over 1,000, people start taking you a lot more seriously, maybe? What's your favourite TV series? Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All the way. Has been for years. I love that show so much. I've seen it so often. I just love it. I love Buffy. I called my dog Buffy as well. She's over there. I don't know if you can see her. Hang on. There we go. There's the Buffmeister. Just having a little lie down. She went for a walk earlier. Sorry if that's really loud, me moving my laptop around. Yeah, favourite TV series, Buffy. But I do love all the Joss Whedon shows. Angel, Dollhouse, Firefly. Love them all. Although Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I couldn't really get into. I'll have to give it another go. What genre of music do you like most, or what bands do you like? I wouldn't say I liked a genre in particular, but my favourite band, I like a bit of everything. I don't sort of like to only listen to one type of music. My favourite bands or musicians, it's mostly musicians really. Prince, my number one. I love Prince. Been a huge Prince fan for ages. Embarrassingly, I did like a cosplay of Prince once for this like night at my uni that was dress up as your like music hero or whatever, and I dressed up as Prince. It's very scary. I'll show you a picture. Hang on. Yeah, that's gonna haunt your nightmares tonight. David Bowie. I love David Bowie. Amazing, amazing man. Amazing musician. Just love him so much. And the third one is Nick Cave. with or without the bad seeds. I love Nick Cave's music. I love his lyrics. I love his voice, sort of deep, gravelly, you know. It's great. And he writes some great, like, sad songs or just beautiful songs. Like, lyrics are really what gets me in a song, I would say. I love lyrics, and Nick Cave's are beautiful. Like, pretty much without exception. I actually had 2 Nick Cave songs at my wedding. I walked down the aisle to one, and I had my first dance to one. So, yeah, love Nick Cave. Are you left or right-handed? I'm right-handed. What styles of humour do you like the most? That's quite a difficult question, actually. I like TV show-wise, oh god. Like old British comedy, I love, like things like Black Books and Peep Show. Oh god. Oh, it's just difficult. And I love well, we're going to see Ross Noble in October, actually, me and Peter. So I do love Ross Noble. This will be the second time I've been to see him. So, yeah, and I love Bill Bailey, and yeah, that's kind of, I guess, that sort of British comedians, I suppose. I've never really thought about it, to be honest, but yeah, I hope that answered it sufficiently. Okay. Moonboy Jones says, Reverie, you have beautiful eyes. Thank you very much. That's not really a question, but thank you for saying so anyway. Cocobine asks, what games are you looking forward to in the coming months? Also, right, we'll answer that one first, shall we? I am looking forward to, even though I haven't played the reboot, I'm looking forward to the new Tomb Raider, even though I don't know when I'm going to get to play it, because didn't they say it was like Xbox exclusive or something? Like, that's really annoying, but I think it's maybe just like limited time, so hopefully I'll get to play that at some point, once I've caught up on the first one. Because this new one just looks fantastic. I can't wait. And of course, Pokemon, the remakes of Ruby and Sapphire. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Although no Mega Sandslash. Well disappointed. What video game character do you think you're most like and why? I've had a big think about this because I could not think of anyone. I mean, because I love Lara, but I don't know if I'm like her. You know? Because she's a lot tougher than I am, I guess. Don't know. I thought maybe, like, maybe Kirby? Because, you know, he loves to eat stuff, and I love to eat stuff. I mean, so there have been, oh, my friend makes dinner for us on Tuesday night, and they're always surprised because I will put away, like, 3 plates of food. Like, I'll come back for thirds and stuff. Oh, yeah. And, you know, Kirby's versatile. I like to think I'm quite versatile. I can do quite a lot of stuff. You know, I can draw, I can write, I can sculpt stuff, I can do YouTube videos. So maybe Kirby, you know, he has the ability to sort of like, you know, suck things in and become something else and take on those traits, and yeah, so maybe Kirby. Mephis says, are those Star Wars posters I see adorned on your walls? Yes, they are. I don't know if you can see them properly. No, it's not really going to work, is it? Yeah, they are. Hang on, this way. There's, from the three best movies, obviously. Mephis, your question has been cut off, and for some reason I can't click. There's no, like, read more, but I think your question was something to do with, like, how I said I like stuff sort of symmetrical on one of the videos I commented on, and you were asking if I had any other quirks like that. Not really. I mean, it's really only the symmetrical thing, because Peter's more sometimes like that. I mean, he has to like check the door like exactly 3 times every time he goes out of it, and it's kind of like, well, you don't, 3 times it's too many. You only need to check it like once and then you're done. And my mum, she's the one really with all the sort of, like, I think I rebel against stuff like that, because when I grew up, like, my mum used to clean the house, like, every day from top to bottom, like, every single day, and wash the floor, like, 3 to 5 times, and we couldn't, like, move stuff around. I mean, our house looked like a show house, it was mental, and we weren't really allowed people back, so I think when I moved out, I kind of rebelled against that, and now I live, like, in a mess. It's messy in here, and yeah, I don't really have any sort of weird quirks like that, I'm afraid. Christine Z. Favorite game that you've played? Oh, that was Spyro 2. Favorite game in general? It's probably still Spyro 2. And yeah, Christine, I've answered all your questions already, but thank you very much for asking them. Counterclockwise 1, 2, 3. Have you ever met a celebrity or someone famous? I've actually met Ross Noble, talking about him earlier. I met him like years ago when he came to Perth and did a show, and we were backstage for some reason, not backstage, but like around the back of the theatre, and we saw him sort of coming out of his dressing room because there was like a little bit of glass in the door, or dressing room, I don't know. He was walking around and we were like, Ross, no, we're here. And he came out and spoke to us. I offered him a fruit pastel and he said no. Although, to be fair, if, you know, someone offered me sweets randomly, I'd probably say no too. You know. But yeah, I met Ross Noble and he was really cool. And I don't think I've met anyone else, actually. I've led quite a boring... No, well, he won't be famous to you, but actually, I met Steve Backshall and I met Mark Cowardine. Steve Backshall you're more likely to have heard of. He does a lot of stuff on TV. He's a wildlife naturalist, wildlife presenter person, and I love him to bits. And Mark Cowardine, who is less famous, but is famous to me, and I loved him, and he signed a book for me and stuff. Yes, Mark Cowardine is a wildlife photographer who did a show with Douglas Adams, and then, well, the Douglas Adams was more a book than a show, but then he did it with Stephen Fry later. It's called Last Chance to See. It's this really awesome wildlife series. And I think I've met Brian Cox, you know, like the actor Brian Cox, because he's the rector for Dundee University. And I don't know if I've met him, but I've like seen him, so I guess that maybe counts as meeting. But yeah, those are all the people. John Gavins, what is your favourite colour? It's green. I love green. Green all the way. Do you have a pet? Yes, I have a dog called Buffy. She's over there. I'm tempted to go and get her, but it'll probably disturb her. Buffy! No, it's mean. She's sleeping. How old are you? 23. Do you like bacon? Yes, I do like bacon. Who doesn't like bacon? Peter doesn't like bacon, actually. I don't even think he's human. We should burn him. Favourite music genre from Mr. Novificate. I already answered that. Like, I can't think of like a genre of music that I like more than any other, I guess. I like a bit of everything. Jamie Williamson, what games are you playing on the future? I already answered that. I would like your suggestions and stuff for that, if that's possible. What's your favourite game genre? I like puzzly platformer type things, and I like JRPGs most of all. Yes, awesomeness. But like, I just love indie games in general. Like, is indie a genre now? I don't know, because everything's so different, but I always love that there's always something new and interesting to look at nowadays. It's a great time to be a gamer. Lex Schilperud asks, do you still draw besides channel art? I saw your DeviantArt page. Did you? How did you find my DeviantArt page? I don't have as much time for drawing as I would like to. You know, I'm always moaning about not having any time, but I really don't. I really don't. I'm always struggling for time. And drawing is time consuming. And it's one of those things that you have to motivate yourself to do. Like, I really want to draw today. So, no, I haven't drawn anything that's not been channel related for ages. Yeah. But maybe I should start. And I need to draw more channel art anyway, because Pokemon, I need to draw a thumbnail for Pokemon, and I need to do that, so maybe I'll do that over the weekend. Counterclockwise 1, 2, 3 asks, do you watch motion pictures? Yeah, of course. Everyone watches films, don't they? But I don't really get to watch them that often. I watch YouTube stuff most of the time. And then watch TV the rest of the time. But I do watch films. The last film I watched was Dead Poet Society, again, because obviously recent events. And it was amazing. It made me cry just like the first time. I love Dead Poet Society. And the last film I went to see at the cinema was X-Men, Days of Future Past, and that was really good. Jennifer Lawrence. Oh my god. Are you aware of the fact you have a great voice for commentaries? Do I? I don't know. I was worried in case, well, I'm just glad people can understand me, really. And then one person said that my voice was annoying, but they got used to it, so I wasn't expecting anyone to say that it was great for commentaries. Tailed. Oh, hi, Tailed. What did you aspire to be and do when you were younger? So many things. I wanted to be a vet, And then I wanted to be, well, I wanted to be Lara Croft. So I wanted to be like an archaeologist adventure-y person, because I loved Indiana Jones as well, actually. So yeah, I wanted to be that. Briefly wanted to be an actress. I was in like theatre groups and stuff when I was younger. I wanted to be like a conservationist, wildlife-y type person. And then pretty much from teenage years onward, I wanted to be a writer. That's pretty much been my sort of life's ambition, but to be honest, I haven't written anything since uni. I went to uni to do an English degree to sort of help me along the road, even though you don't need an English degree to be a writer, you could just do it, but I wanted to delay going into the real world, so I did an English degree, and I haven't written anything since then, because just haven't had the motivation to do it. I need to like give myself a big kick up the arse and actually do stuff. And yeah, and now, you know, if I could be a YouTuber, that would be great, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. What breed is your dog? How do you pronounce dog, actually? Because I say, like, you know, D-O-G-E, like the meme. Because I've been saying dog, but I've heard doge as well. But what breed is your dog? She's a miniature schnauzer, the best breed. The only breed. No, I love all dogs, but yeah, she's a miniature schnauzer. She's also really, really naughty. She was rolling in dead birds yesterday and had to have a bath. If she sees something outside, she will either eat it, roll in it, or pee on it. Those are the three things. How did you meet Peter? I met him at work. We worked in WH Smith together, which is a stationery shop in Britain. It's a chain of stores. And he was in charge of the books floor. And he used to, like, look at me over his clipboard, because, you know, he was pretending to be important. And, you know, I was like, oh, I was in love with him for ages before I even, like, really knew him that well. I was like, I love that guy. I want to get to know him better. But then he left WH Smith and I didn't see him for ages. And then we randomly sort of met up again through mutual friends, which was awesome. And then we got together and then we got married and it was fine. You know, that's all good. And here we are. What's the earliest game you can remember playing a lot? Oh, okay, that's definitely Crash Bandicoot 1 again. Gamma Fox. What game series do you plan on playing in the future? I've already kind of answered that. But thank you, Gamma Fox. Spikes the Cat. Would you consider playing horror games if you don't already? Well, I'm playing Lone Survivor and I played, been playing Five Nights at Freddy's, although I don't know if I want to pick that up again, because my god, that game is stressful. It's like a heart attack in game form. I am very scared of horror games. Very scared. So, yeah, I'll probably do more, but no, I don't look forward to it or anything. RealD378 is asking about music. I hope I answered that in previous questions. Ed Burdick. Hey, how's it going? It's alright, Ed. How are you? How are you doing? Jennifer Dempster. Hey, Reverie. Where about in Scotland are you from? Oh, I'm from Dundee. Will you be doing any meet and greets anytime soon? Would anyone want to meet me? I don't know. Like, you'd have to probably be in Scotland because I can't really afford to travel. But I'm sure I actually do have some Scottish fans. Sure, like, at some point in the future, I'll definitely do some meet and greets and stuff, because it would be awesome to meet you guys in the flesh, and it would be great practice for me to stop being so weird about meeting people and, like, interacting with people. God, I'm such a weird little recluse. That's why I'm a dog walker, because, you know, you don't have to really talk to people. Just talk to the dogs and stuff. Then the only conversation I have to make is like that weird small talk you do with other dog owners where you're like, oh, how old is your dog? Yeah. Your favorite convention? I don't know. I've never actually been to a convention. How weird is that? But I would love, well, the Comic-Con footage from this year just made me really want to be there. Just any convention that I see, I want to go. And it's usually, there's loads of my, like, favorite YouTubers there, and I'm like, oh, I just want to spend time with them and stuff. It would be awesome to just meet them and get to hang out. So I definitely want to go to a convention at some point. I don't know which one it'll be, but my favorite one, I don't know, the Comic-Con stuff just made me want to be there because, just everyone, and then there was, like, the NSP concert and everything, and I was like, oh, I would kill to be there right now. So, yeah, maybe Comic-Con. Any tattoos? Nope. Never. I kind of wanted one when I was a teenager, but then I've never sort of found a design that I'd want to stick with and just have on me forever. because I just worried I'd change my mind and stuff, and then it's kind of stuck on you. So no, I don't have any tattoos. I probably won't get one now either. I think my time has passed for tattoo getting. Colin Crompton. Blah blah blah. Have you played Bastion or Transistor? No, I haven't. Someone actually recommended Transistor to me recently. I can't remember who it was, but I'll need to check it out. I know Bastion of Bastion anyway. I haven't played it, but Pierce played it and I watched a little bit of it. It looked really cool. So those will be some to try out. Do you listen to the music artist Gavin Dunn, aka Miracle Sound? If not, I recommend you look him up. I haven't, but I will look him up. Thank you for the recommendation. I've done that one. Lastly, do you watch Doctor Who? No, I don't actually. Please don't lynch me, but I just never really liked Doctor Who. I'm not a Whovian. That's not to say that, you know, I mean, if you love Doctor Who, that's cool. I just always thought it was kind of like cheesy. Never really got into it, I'm afraid. Real Deal 378, did you make your own avatar? Yes. I love to draw sometimes. Yeah. Shadowbomb 360, why did you pick gaming as a profession on YouTube? See, like, well, it's not a profession yet because I haven't made any money and it'll probably be a while before I do, but it was mainly because I just got really into the community and I found I was watching so many YouTube videos. And I get really, like, attached to who I watch and stuff. It's because it's a really nice medium because you get to feel like you really get to know people because they're making content, like, every day and it's sort of, it's them, you know? It's almost like you're hanging out with them. Is that a weird thing to say? But, I just kind of wanted that and I thought, if I can get to one day just, like, meet some of the people that I admire a lot, but sort of, like, as peers, you know, then that would be amazing. The actual moment that I was like, I need to make my channel now, because I've been thinking about it for a while, it was when, like Dodger and Strippin and Jontron and Markiplier, I think that was it. They all went to Disneyland together. And I was like, man, I'd love to go to Disneyland with these guys. I need to get going, get cracking. Maybe get to Disneyland with some other people. Oh, it'd be awesome. But yeah, that was like the moment. And what got you into gaming? Probably my dad buying a PlayStation 1. I was pretty much sold from then on. You know, I was like, this is awesome. You know, this is much better than that outside. And, I mean, I could just be here and sit in front of a screen. No, I did used to play outside a lot when I was little. I was a total tomboy. But I just loved games from the minute I had a PlayStation 1. Will Driver C. I feel there should be some carpet-related questions. That won't make sense to you guys, but I met this dude at a wedding that I was... At one of the weddings I was at, like, last weekend. Hello! Hello, it was very nice to meet you. There were a lot of awesome gamers at those weddings, actually. I'm the boss too. Could you show the room you play games and record in? Unless it's where you sleep and your private stuff is there. There's not much to show, actually. My flat is really tiny, and my setup is not impressive. Like, it's quite embarrassing. I have my microphone here, and I don't have anything to record it on, because my, this camera is just in the laptop that I use to record everything. Yes, it's a laptop. Don't worry, I'm not a fraud, it's a gaming laptop. It costs like £1,000. Oh, which, you know, I could have got a lot more PC for £1,000 than I got in the laptop, but I needed the portability, because my old laptop broke, and that's why I have this one. But it's quite a beast. It was built specially. I got to pick all the parts and stuff. It's from pcspecialist.co.uk, and it's very awesome, and I love it, and it's managed to handle everything I've thrown at it so far. So that's what I record on. This is my microphone. There's nothing else, really. My desk cost £12. This chair was Peter's chair. And then over there is Peter's desk. There's a table with a candle on it. There's my sofa. And our TV is in this middle area between our desks. Over there is the kitchen. So, yeah, it's not much. The flat's tiny. The kitchen is like the size of a cupboard. Yeah, not much to see. Maybe one day, but not right now because it's a total tip. Really messy. Good Enough Daileron is asking about the game that got me into gaming. Probably Crash 1 again. But thanks for your question. UK Doodlies asks, are you looking forward to Mortal Kombat X? Or Mortal Kombat 10? Is it Mortal Kombat 10? I don't know. I have never actually played Mortal Kombat. I know that's like a gaming sin, but the fighting games I grew up with were like, I played more like Tekken and Soul Calibur than Mortal Kombat, I guess, so I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I mean, I might have a look and maybe I'll enjoy it. I've got nothing against the games. I just, for some reason, never picked them up. But yeah. Hey Reverie, which microphone do you use for recording? Which program do you use for screen capturing? Says Epoch252. This, I use, Blue Yeti. It's probably the best, like, USB microphone that you can get. I think so anyway. I'm not aware of any others, that are quite as good. It's kind of the starting point for a lot of the major YouTubers, and some of them still use it, so, I was like, I want one of those. And, yeah, it's really good. Sometimes it picks up a bit too much of, like, the noise, like, it picks up my mouse moving and the keyboard and stuff, but I think that's something I'm doing wrong. I think I need, like, more soundproofy stuff around it, and it is, like, on the podcast mode, so it's not really supposed to be picking up other stuff, but I don't know, I'm probably just not using it right. But, I like USB microphones because you just plug them in and they work. You don't have to worry about having the right cables or, like, converting stuff or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of a noob when it comes to that sort of technical shizzle whizzle. And what program do I use for screen capturing? Fraps. Pretty much like everyone else. Fraps is awesome and it's really cheap. It's like 24 quid. And there's nothing that I've ever not been able to record. Yeah, that does make sense. It works really easily. It records everything. It's fine. It's good. And just in case, you didn't ask specifically, but someone might be interested, I use my editor is Power Director 12, which is about £70, and it's kind of like, it's really good value because a lot of the editing programs that can do the more complicated stuff are really expensive, and that one is relatively cheap and does quite a lot. There's some things that I wish it did do more of, but it was good for the money. Oh, goodness me, my throat is sore. I've never talked that much. I have come to the end of all the questions. I hope that was interesting. Somehow I feel like that might have been a bit boring, but hopefully not. It wasn't boring, was it, guys? Are you still here? Is anyone still here right at the end of this? I hope this doesn't take 3 million years to upload. Yeah, I'm sorry for this video being, like, slightly late or whatever. I know I hit 500 a few days ago, but, I wanted to do this yesterday, but I had a really horrible day. I lost my phone in the dog park and spent ages looking for it. And then I came home broken and sad, and I was like, what am I gonna do? And then some guy brought it back to me, so I was reunited with my phone, which is awesome. I wanted to offer him some money for it, and I only had £10, and I offered him the £10, and he took it, and I was like, damn it, that's £10. But I guess it's worth it to have my phone back, I suppose, even though it's a shitty one. It's got 2 big massive cracks in the screen. I was like, man, if I'd lost it, I probably could have got a new phone. Oh well. Why am I talking about this? So yeah, that's the end of the Q&A. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll probably do another one at some point if you can think of some more questions. Though I'll probably do something different for 1,000, so the next Q&A might not be for quite a while. I don't know what I'll do for 1,000. I'll have to think of something really good because it's such a big milestone. It'll be awesome. Not that it's going to be anytime soon. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Sorry, my throat's been all weird because I've been talking so much. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like and subscribe if you're not already. Although if you're not subscribed, the fact that you just watched 40 minutes of me answering questions, it's pretty weird. I hope I convinced you if you did, if you got through that. That's quite a task. And yes, drop a comment below if you want to chat to me and suggest games to be played on the channel. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next video, guys, which will be Lone Survivor. I know it's coming. It's overdue. Everything's overdue. Battle Block is as well. But that weekend away just threw me off, threw my schedule off. But don't worry, it's coming. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye, bye bye bye.